Welcome to week 2 of your LifeScaping makeover. I hope you had fun building your vision board and have it posted somewhere that you can see it so it can motivate you every day. This week, let's start to get into how to eat for good health and weight loss. One of the very first things you need to learn about nutrition is the importance of balancing your blood sugar and your insulin levels. I think that understanding how to balance this process will be one of the biggest factors in your ability to successfully take control of your health. As such, through the next 6 months, I'm going to teach you about how your body digests and how this whole process works. If your insulin is not well balanced, weight gain and disease begin to happen. For now, the very first place you need to start is by learning what macronutrients are and why they're so important. Macronutrients are the basic components of the foods that you eat and also what your body uses for fuel and growth. There are 3 macronutrients, and you've probably heard of them. There's first of all your proteins, then your carbohydrates, and then your fats. Proteins are what the body uses to build itself. Carbohydrates are what the body uses to fuel itself, and fats are needed to lubricate all of your cells. Now, important point, I don't want you to be confused with the word fat. For many years now, the world has been telling us that fats make us fat. However, current scientific studies show that this is not necessarily the case. So erase that old wives' tale from your memory right now. The macronutrient word fat in our case refers to healthy oils like olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, flaxseed oil, and fats like ghee and butter, and are a very important part of your nutrition. And contrary to what you likely believe right now, these don't make you fat. They will actually help you to lose weight. So moving on, as I mentioned once before, your body is constantly rebuilding and regenerating itself. When you eat proteins like meats, legumes, or dairy, they get digested and your body uses them to build all of the different cells that you need. Carbohydrates like breads, fruits, and vegetables get digested and turned into a kind of sugar that the body can use for fuel. This sugar is called glucose. The body transports this glucose to all of your cells so that the cells can absorb it and use it to make energy. Insulin is the courier that the body uses to deliver all this glucose to all of your cells. Insulin is also known as a fat storage hormone. That's because if you have too much glucose, your pancreas will make extra insulin, and this insulin will carry all of the extra sugars to the fat storage in your body. This is why learning how to balance the levels of glucose and insulin in your body is so important for weight control. I want you to remember that if you eat a meal or a snack that contains just carbohydrates and not a good mix of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, your body releases a ton of insulin to try and deal with all of this new sugar, and you end up diverting a lot of this sugar to your fat storage. However, if you eat a protein and a fat along with your carbohydrate, it helps slow down the digestion of the carbohydrate, which in turn slows down the production of the fat-building hormone, insulin. For now, understanding the importance of eating a balance of the 3 macronutrients, your proteins, your carbohydrates, and your fats, is eating lesson number 1. And this week, I'd like you to start eating some of all 3 macronutrients at every meal and snack. For those of you that are already on one of our programs, this is already a part of your plan. If you're not already on a customized program, I've given you a handout with many examples of what common foods fit into each of the 3 macronutrient categories. This is to help you put them together into different combinations for your meals and snacks. And here's the good news. These are all real foods. There's nothing weird or prepackaged in any of this. You can buy it all at your grocery store. As we go along through the program, we'll talk more about tasty combinations and fun new recipes for you. By following this eating recommendation, you'll start to lower your body's production of insulin and give your body a chance to start using up its glucose at a more normal pace. If you have any extra weight on your body, you may have a condition known as insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is a precondition to diabetes type 2. Learning to balance your macronutrients and control the production of insulin in your body will give you a chance to start to correct itself. It'll give your body a chance to start to correct itself and help avoid the future potential of diabetes. If you've already reached the point of diabetes, you should consider one of our customized programs. We have one that was originally designed by a German doctor specifically to help try and correct diabetes. The program is now used to rebalance your hormones, which helps with all sorts of things like pain, eczema, psoriasis, weight loss, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, diabetes, and so on. Please print the handout that I've included and put it on your refrigerator. This will help you get used to the good proteins, complex carbohydrates, and good fats that I want you to combine every time that you eat. On the printout, underneath the list of healthy fats, I've added a list of healthier alternatives to the more starchy foods. Trying to minimize your consumption of starches like white potato and white rice will be really helpful, so please consider the alternatives. When you're trying to figure out how large to make your portions, make your protein portion about the size of the palm of your hand. Try to minimize your starchy foods. You can have about a quarter cup of a good starch like a sweet potato, quinoa, or a wild rice. And then fill the rest of your plate with a salad and some steamed vegetables. And then add a tablespoon of good oil or fat, melted fat. The oil will keep you from feeling hungry between meals, and it's great for your brain health. Don't be afraid to eat your vegetables. They contain a lot of vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. Phytonutrients are like vitamins and they give your food their color. The more color in your plate, the healthier your plate. If you're on a program that allows snacks, here are some examples of things that I like. I love hummus. It's a great protein. It's very delicious with cut up vegetables. And I add a little bit of olive oil on top. Olive oil is very healthy and it also tastes amazing on hummus. Another great snack is an apple with almond butter. The apple is your carbohydrate and the almond butter adds the protein and the fat that you need. A handful of nuts like walnuts, pecans, or almonds are another great snack. You only need about 8 or 10 of them, and nuts contain all 3 macronutrients. So your challenge for this week is to eat all 3 macronutrients every time you eat. If you're not on one of our customized plans, remember to try and follow the list I've given you and change things up. Don't just eat the same thing over and over again. That way, you'll get more nutrients from your diet, and this will start to make you feel and look better every day. So in conclusion, remember, Mother Nature provided us with all the real foods we need. She did not make processed foods. Prepackaged foods contain chemicals and all sorts of stuff you shouldn't eat. Good luck, have fun, choose to be happy, and I look forward to seeing you next week.